Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to another me rambling my thoughts type of video thing, whatever. I've only ever done this when Sega announced that super game thing that might have a potential Jet Set Radio remake, as well as talking about why I wasn't excited for Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, which funnily enough, at the time of this video coming out, now got delayed until 2023, but whatever about that, I guess. But today, I wanted to talk about another franchise that's really dear to me. Sonic the Hedgehog. I've been a Sonic fan for 2 decades now. I was playing Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast when I was like really little. So much like Jet Set Radio, Sonic has helped me shape me into the person I am today. So the Sonic franchise really means a lot to me. I wanted to give my thoughts and impressions on Sonic Frontiers, the brand new 3D Sonic game that's coming out on November 8th, which is pretty close by now. November is always the month of Sonic games coming out, like all the time, like Generations. I think Sonic 06 came out at that time, Sonic Genesis too. Okay, there wasn't a lot of great Sonic games that released on November, but usually November is the time Sonic games come out. A lot of news about Sonic Frontiers has come out since its first gameplay showcase back in June. I think by the time I have this video out, Tokyo Game Show is actually finishing up, and all the embargo stuff on the demos got lifted, and we've gotten so much gameplay footage now. I think I've learned a lot about this game at this point. So where do I even begin with Sonic Frontiers? Like, there's so many to start off from. Like, this is the first time, like, in my case, where, like, the first showing of a game has got me so unenthused and so frustrated. And now I want to purchase this game day one, which I think is a good place to start. We can start with the marketing of Sonic Frontiers. There's, like, bad marketing, and then there's not marketing anything at all, both leading to disastrous results most of the time. Never have I felt like a company was trying to convince me to not buy a game until I saw Sonic Frontiers' marketing. So we got the teaser back in 2021 during the Sonic Central on Sonic's birthday, and then we even had a bigger teaser trailer at the Game Awards where it just showed Starfall Island. No real gameplay yet, but we got the name drop. And then there was silence for like a long while until this June. IGN is going to give us the first look of Sonic Frontiers gameplay, which was really exciting. All the Sonic fans, all the general folks who know of Sonic, all those critics, the people who fell off of Sonic, and even Sonic's biggest ops, his biggest haters, we're all going to be there to see the first look at the brand new Sonic game. And you know, that I think that's what's always so interesting about Sonic. Even the people who absolutely detest the franchise will still be there to see what Sonic's up to. It's kind of funny. So we finally see the game, and whew, what a way to deflate people's excitement and give Sonic detractors even something more to laugh at on why the franchise sucks. The showcase was absolutely terrible. Just like 7 minutes of Sonic running around a big empty island with small easy puzzles. Sonic was slow and the physics looked all wonky. It made me mad just seeing Sonic just not hold boost. I don't know who was playing on that footage, but like seeing them not hold the boost button was kind of frustrating me. The animations looked unpolished and the frame rate was like terrible. Like, it was lagging during the showcase, and you could see a bunch of pop-up during the gameplay as well. It also didn't help that the music was just like ambient noises, and it was a snooze fest. It was not a good showcase. I was mad. Sonic fans were mad. People who hated Sonic had content to make. Actually, even Sonic fans who actually like Sonic had content to make because of how bad the game looked. The combat showcase didn't help either. I mean, just seeing Sonic get knocked around constantly did not make the game look any better. Like, the person playing in that showcase really didn't look like he knew what he was doing. Like, he was getting his butt whooped the entire time, and then just seeing Sonic fight that giant boss, and then he just kept falling down and losing his rings. It was just very slow and uninteresting. So now everyone is worried about the state of the game. Until the next video from IGN that dropped after the combat showcase actually told us that that was a very early build of the game. And thank goodness, that's all I really wanted to hear. You know, seeing that footage and then, you know, just not getting anything about information of the game. You know, they could have actually just put this is an early build of the game in the first showcase, and you know, people wouldn't have been as mad, but like they didn't do that. So it made us think that this was actually the state of the game now. If this game was supposed to come out during the winter, which at the time of that first showcase we didn't know when the game was coming out, then this looked like it was going to be another Sonic 06, another Rise of Lyric situation, which we definitely don't need to go through that again. But there was hope in me now that I knew that that was an early build of the game. But I still had like a lot of doubts on the state of Sonic Frontiers. But then, surprisingly, the game actually was shown at a mini Nintendo Direct. And we actually got a decent showcase of the game. It looked like it was running much smoother on the Nintendo Switch. The combat actually looked kind of intriguing. We got to see more of what Sonic can do. They actually showed us this like really cool parry move, which I like. And then we actually got a first look at the Cyberspace levels, which were much closer to the traditional Boost era Sonic gameplay. That Nintendo Direct trailer was actually pretty darn good, which actually got me more excited for the game, and it actually kind of shifted people's opinion, not by a lot, but like slowly. But it was much better than what IGN was showing. Sonic Frontiers actually had a demo at Summer Game Fest, but Sega wanted to keep that on the hush for some reason, which required a lot of people to use their phones in like a sneaky manner to try and gather any sort of footage of the game. It was strange. I didn't understand why they just didn't want to showcase anything about the game there yet. It was like really weird. Then we get to the week of Gamescom, where we got the story trailer for the game. While there wasn't a lot of explanation of the story, we did get a lot of glimpses of what could be happening, as well as the new villain Sage, which I think has like a pretty cool design, if I do say so myself. But the gameplay parts of that story trailer look great. Even got to see parts of the second island. Now it looked like they were really marketing this game as it's getting closer to its release. We just got an overview trailer not too long ago. We're getting a lot of interviews from Izuka-san. And we also just got the main theme and the ending theme for the game. They also announced a lot of special edition stuff, with the coolest thing being the Japanese version of Sonic Frontiers is actually having a collaboration with HoloLive's Korone. Man, I'm actually like jealous that we're not getting that. But Japan got all of these cool stuff, while the West really just get like what, a steelbook for like pre-order. It's kind of whack, you know. I wish we just had the amount of stuff that Japan got, you know, with all of their special editions. Everything past the IGN showcases, things seem to finally be looking up for Sonic Frontiers. I've never seen such a turning reaction over the past few months for a game. Only in Sonic the Hedgehog, always playing with your heart. So I've now set the stage for how we got here. The journey was a strange one, but I actually have a lot of great things I want to say about Sonic Frontiers from what we've seen so far. There's a lot to go over, so I'm going to try and take things slow. So I want to start with like my general feelings on open world games, because you know the big thing about Sonic Frontiers is that this is the first open world or open zone Sonic game. I don't play open world games too often, but I usually have a positive outlook on them. I like Zelda games, mostly the 3D ones. Breath of the Wild is actually in my top 2 favorite Zelda games. I like the Grand Theft Auto games. San Andreas, GTA 4, GTA 5. I think they're all great games. I've loved them. The Souls games can be like interesting to watch, but I've never played them myself. They're not my favorite genre of games, but I have positive feelings on open world games in general. Sonic being in an open world environment I think is a great idea, especially with a character known for their fast movement. Putting Sonic in a big open space just seems like a fantastic idea. The initial showcases didn't give that feeling because most of the area was just empty, and they actually brought up in an interview where the playtesters, when they were playtesting Sonic Frontiers and they were put into the Starfall Island, they were actually bored because there was like nothing going on in the island. And since then, you know, they've actually been trying to improve on the island itself, which I've been seeing myself from footage from Gamescom and also Tokyo Game Show. Speaking of Sonic, they decided to give him a lot of customization options for this game. It's been confirmed that they actually have sliders in the options menu where you can actually customize your controls. You can edit his initial run speed, the boost. There's an option where you can have the unlimited boost, but it's much slower, or you can have the standard boost that are in games like Unleashed, Colors, Generations, and Forces. So you can make Sonic to your preferred liking in this game. You don't like how fast Sonic starts zooming similar in Sonic Forces? Well, you can fix that, you know? So if you feel Sonic's controls are like bad, you could just tune it. I don't know to what degree until I actually get the game, but we shall see until then. I'm actually scared to wonder what Sonic would look like if all the sliders were turned down to the lowest setting. He'd probably be like Sonic Labyrinth Sonic or whatever. But Sonic's moveset has gotten a huge lift. It seems like they're combining a bunch of different movesets from different games and then putting them all into Frontier Sonic for him to be the ultimate Sonic. At its core, this is like Boost era Sonic, but the controls are kind of like reminiscent looking of the Adventure era Sonic, especially with how he turns. Like, turning is actually like very smooth in this game. They actually brought in the drop dash from Sonic Mania, making its 3D debut, and it's much smoother than what Sonic Lost World was trying to do with his spin dash. And speaking of Sonic Lost World, it has some parkour stuff with like climbing up platforms, running up into the side of the roads and the walls. They even brought back the bounce attack from Sonic Adventure. Actually, it was also in Sonic Lost World too, but I don't think you really used it in Lost World, but whatever about that. Speaking of attacks, this is another Sonic game that has like a huge focus on combat. There's a dedicated attack button where you can perform combos and stuff, and you know, he also has this new move called the side loop where Sonic can loop around the enemies to break their guards so you can hit them with your homing attack. He even like shoots Ki Blast like a Dragon Ball character. It's like super cool, especially with me being such a huge Dragon Ball fan. And Sonic has quite a number of inspirations from Dragon Ball, so seeing him actually do like Ki Blast out of his hands is awesome. Sonic's array of moves that he could do in combat past the homing attack is not only like cool to see visually, but looking at the footage is keeping the pace of the game consistently on the go. This game also has a skill tree where you can upgrade Sonic's abilities and give him more combat moves, and also improve his mobility and such. It actually reminds me a lot of Sonic and the Secret Rings with its customization options, which was one aspect of that game that I actually really loved. Combat in Sonic games have been pretty hit or miss over these years, you know. Heroes started with it, introducing combat. It was jank with the power characters, and it definitely needed some tweaking. Shadow the Hedgehog, if you didn't have guns, it was pretty bad, but why would you play Shadow the Hedgehog without the guns? Sonic 06, it was bad. With Shadow, it was just like really monotonous mashing, and then with Silver, it was just very slow, and the telekinesis like didn't work most of the time, so it was terrible. Sonic Rush had some sections where you had to defeat a number of enemies before you can like proceed, but like Sonic Rush didn't need that. It really didn't. Sonic Unleashed actually did a good job with the combat with the Werehog, with how many combos you got, and also how strong you can make him with how much shield he can get, how much stronger your hits will be, and then you're also how long the Unleashed meter would go. And you know, the problem is where the Werehog was placed in a game like Sonic Unleashed, it really messed up the whole pacing, because Werehog levels went from 15 minutes to like almost 30 to 45 minutes, which is really long, and it messed up the pace of Sonic Unleashed a lot, especially when you had to find the Sun and Moon medals. Sonic and the Black Knight actually did a decent job combining combat while trying to keep Sonic's speed intact, but the motion controls were less than stellar for that game. The combat is like a combination of the Werehog combat and the boss structure of the Sonic Adventure games, where you have this arena space to run around and you can also lock on the enemies. I'm really excited to see all this open world stuff and explore the 5 islands and, you know, solve a bunch of puzzles and stuff, you know. Even though it may take me a while, I always struggle with puzzles in like Zelda games. Those Titans, those are like some of the coolest boss designs I've ever seen in a Sonic game. They're so out of place, but like they just look like the most threatening villains or enemies I've seen yet in Sonic. They're like super bosses, and you know, it's like when you're going through the islands, it will probably be like how you fight the different phases of Calamity Ganon in Breath of the Wild. And they also confirmed that you would actually need to have Supersonic to beat some of these guys. And you know, it's awesome to see Supersonic be the essential part of the story again. Another topic I actually want to talk about is the cyberspace levels, which is actually a big part of Sonic Frontiers, and it's been a pretty controversial topic in the Sonic community right now. So you're going to be taking a break from the open world stuff and enter this cyber world, which are essentially your traditional 3D Sonic levels. And the structure is pretty much like the Boost era Sonic games, but you know, in some cases it's like as spacious as the Adventure era games. It's a little hard to explain, but about the level design, that's where the controversy lies with the community. The cyberspace levels are short versions, and I'm talking like Sonic Forces lengths levels that are ripped straight from other Sonic games. Yeah, for example, the first cyberspace level you go through is ripped straight from Sonic Unleashed's tutorial level in Apotos. There's also a chemical plant level, which is like ripped straight from Sonic Generations. It's like almost one-to-one the Generations chemical plant. There's even a Green Hill that's also from Sonic Generations. All the cyberspace levels that folks were excited about are like reused levels from the past Sonic games, which was an intentional choice from Iizuka. He said in interviews that these cyberspace levels are supposed to be from Sonic's memories, and the intention of these levels were for fans to see it and be like, hey, I remember this, which worked in my case because I had a lot of wow moments seeing a bunch of these different cyber levels and being like, oh hey, this is like City Escape from Sonic Adventure 2, you know. It worked on me. But everyone has voiced their disappointment of these cyber levels just being reused levels from past Sonic games, and you know, they're not original, and they're calling Sonic Team lazy and whatnot. Can I blame people for feeling this way? Not really. It's a pretty fair reason to be disappointed about the cyberspace levels not being original. Is it something for me to be upset about? No, not really. Is it really telling me that I shouldn't get this game? No. Again, I sort of like the game going through these older levels in a different format like this, because this won't be like the Boost era Sonic games or the Adventure era Sonic games. Like Sonic Frontiers is like a completely new style, so I would be essentially going through these levels with a different Sonic. But also, the cyberspace levels aren't the main part of the game. They're like side quests of some sort. You can actually gloss over these. Iizuka said you can do other things to complete the game, so you could just ignore the cyberspace levels entirely if you don't like the idea of the reuse assets, and just focus on the open world aspect of the game, which is like the main course. But I'm not upset about Cyberspace reusing levels. If I have fun with it, then I'll just have fun with it. The open world is the main highlight of the game, which so far I think is fantastic. To briefly talk about the story direction, while we haven't seen a whole lot of it, I'm already excited to see how things will play out. From the small glimpses we see from the trailers and the few cutscenes we were able to check out thanks to people who got to play the demo at Tokyo Game Show Gamescom, things are actually being taken serious again. Like, I'm relieved to see how the story direction is going. Sonic is actually taking things seriously. Roger is actually going for a more deeper tone with Sonic, which, while it's strange to hear at first, it suits him so much better because it doesn't feel like he has to strain his voice this time. I think Roger is a great Sonic, but my issue was how not only was he given a lot of whack material, when it comes to moments that are supposed to be serious and dire, his voice direction doesn't reflect it, and he sounds super off. You especially hear this in Sonic Lost World and Sonic Forces.
I can't figure you out. 1 second you're contemplating genocide, and the next you're saving one of your worst enemies. I'm supposed to be the fastest, but I was too slow to save my buddy.
Girls? Amy? Oh. Looks like I'm the only one who made it out of that. Whatever it was. Huh? It sure beats being called a rodent. Are you saying I can rescue my friends?
The deeper tone allows him to convey things better, in my opinion. I can't wait to see the rest of the story and see where it goes. Ian Flynn doing a great job so far, just from the small glimpses from what I've seen. I do enjoy the IDW comics a lot, so I'm confident that this would be one of the best Sonic stories we've gotten in a long time. This is it. Like, I feel it. Like, I really feel that this is it. Like, this is going to be the Sonic game to put Sonic, you know, back in a more positive light. I mean, 2022 in general has been, like, really good for Sonic. Like, the second Sonic movie blew up. It became a massive success. We're gonna have the third movie in about 2 to 3 years, which is great. And then, you know, the IDW comics actually made it up to 50 issues, and it's been doing successful. I mean, we could just ignore Sonic Origins, just pretend that's not there. But if Sonic Frontiers does well, and it actually, you know, lives up to the expectations of, you know, how people are now looking at it, because it really had to fight to get people to be interested in the game again, and people are excited, and if it's still able to meet that excitement, like, I think this will be like a really successful year for Sonic. Like, and reading these interviews, like, it feels like Sonic Team, and especially like Iizuka, like, he really wants this game to succeed. Like, you read the interview about how the higher ups at Sega, like, they were like getting frustrated of how long the game was taking, and they've been actually working on this game since they finished Sonic Forces. But like, Iizuka was like, no, we need as much time as we need. Like, they really wanted to take their time with this game, which fills me with like so much relief, because like, especially after Sonic Forces, I keep bringing it up, but like, Sonic Forces really soured me on Sonic and just showed me just how bad marketing can be and how it can affect your product. Hell, I'm learning this stuff at school right now, so seeing how Forces' marketing was compared to how Frontiers' marketing is going now, it's like night and day. I feel like Frontiers, like, this might be one of the best Sonic games, period. Like, I feel it. Like, even if I'm wrong and it you know, it might end up being like mediocre again, But it'll be like a very influential game because of the direction it's going. And Izuka said it himself that whatever is set from like Frontiers is going to be, you know, the future of Sonic from here on. Probably not the whole open world thing, but like whatever Frontiers set is going to be following. The rest of the Sonic games are going to be following its footsteps at what it's set. And it's just I really want this game to like do well. You know, I don't always have a fun time, you know, being so pessimistic about Sonic's like, oh, Sonic's dead, there's no good games, yada yada yada. To me, that's not fun. But I also don't want to be super optimistic either. Both sides are like really bad. There has to be like a middle ground, you know. You have to accept like when Sonic team is doing something well and when they are not. And you know, I feel like the problem now is that it's hard to criticize Sonic because you're always gonna have the one side telling you like, no, Sonic sucks, like he will always suck, and then you're always gonna have the other side that is always like, no, you're wrong, Sonic is always gonna be good, this is it, this is going to be the one. You're always so negative and you're always so positive. Like, you know, it's hard to talk about Sonic in the online space, which is why I mostly keep to myself. But like, I really wanted to get this out to say that I'm absolutely excited for Sonic Frontiers. I'm really hoping for its success, and you know, this isn't like a last Sonic game situation. I'm not gonna be like, oh, if this game doesn't do well, then I quit Sonic forever. No, I mean, I still have the Sonic media I like, and that's what I'll always go back to, even if Frontiers doesn't do well. But I actually have a lot of hope for Sonic Frontiers, and I can't wait to get my hand on it soon. I'll definitely be going in depth with it after I finish the game. I'll make a whole video about my opinions on Sonic Frontiers, whether it's good or not. But I have to say that this is the biggest Sonic game to come out yet. Thank you all for watching. If you're interested in seeing more Sonic content or content from me in general, make sure you hit that like button and comment your thoughts on the video. If you want to see more from me, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified for my next upload. Thank you for watching and have a good day.